Begum Khaleda Zia, a towering figure in Bangladesh politics, passed away yesterday, and we're now getting to you latest live visuals from Dhaka, where Bangladesh is bidding farewell to its first woman Prime Minister. A state funeral has been organized at the South Plaza of the Jatiya Sangsad Bhawan and Manik Mia Avenue. Security has been significantly tightened in and around the venue amidst a large gathering. Prime Minister Khaleda Zia being laid to rest with full state honors beside her husband, the late Ziaur Rahman. The interim government has announced 3 days of state mourning, with a general holiday declared for today. Bangladesh's interim government's chief advisor Muhammad Yunus has appealed for calm and public cooperation during the funeral and mourning period. Khaleda Zia served 3 times as Prime Minister and remained a towering figure in Bangladeshi politics, with her rivalry with Sheikh Hasina defining public life in Bangladesh for decades. Her death comes at a sensitive moment for Bangladesh, weeks ahead of the general elections on the 12th of February, and amidst political turmoil and debates on governance and minority rights in the country. India is being represented at the funeral by India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, underlining India's deep respect for principles even amidst diplomatic tensions. We now have Mr. Pinak Ranjan Chakravarti, former High Commissioner of India to Bangladesh. Thank you so much for being with us. This is a sensitive moment for Bangladesh, as I was just telling the audience, and Khaleda Zia is a legacy, and her rivalry with the Sheikh Hasina, that is a legacy that will be taken forward as far as the future of Bangladeshi politics is concerned.
Well, it seems so, because the Awami League is out of the equation at the moment in terms of politics, because they will not be allowed to participate in the election. And the Awami League itself says that we will not participate under this government, which they call illegal. So whenever the elections are held, you will have only, the 2 major parties that will be opposing each other would be the BNP and the Jamaat-e-Islami with their allies. Now, earlier the BNP was allied with the Jamaat-e-Islami, but now they don't seem to be on the same page. So we are looking at this event in the next election, and with Khaleda Zia's passing away, I'm sure there will be a sympathy vote as well, which will benefit the BNP. So I think this is probably heading towards a result that will favor the BNP. I hope. I don't know whether they'll get a majority, but they will certainly be the largest party. And then, of course, they will probably get some allies to form the government. And once the government is formed, then Tariq Rahman, Khaleda Zia's son, will inherit the mantle and become the prime minister. And as for their policies, it is yet to be decided, I think, because we cannot really put the past template onto the future, because the world has moved on, we have changed, everybody has changed. So, and he has also coming back after 17 years in exile. So I think there will be a recalibration, and I hope that this recalibration is for mutual benefit of India and Bangladesh, because neither country can ignore the other. We are too closely connected in many, many ways. So I think we have to engage with the new government and then take it on from there.
Right. You do have, in India does have Dr. S. Jaishankar as External Affairs Minister representing India at this state funeral. India placing principles above everything else.
Well, I think as a former Prime Minister who was Prime Minister for full 2 terms and a short term in 96, is being given a state funeral. And clearly they have informed the governments that this is going to happen. And there would have been an invitation to send a representative because it is a state funeral. And the government decided that the External Affairs Minister would go. This is a signal to Bangladesh that we look at Bangladesh as a close neighbor. We would like to have good relations, and we want to pursue that objective in the future, and particularly with the new government. And hence, the External Affairs Minister has also met the Tariq Rahman, who's now the leader of the BNP, and exchange views with him.
But do you think that there is a chance that the way the relations between India and Bangladesh have soured in the recent past, there is hopes for a renewal post the February 12th elections?
Well, yes, because I think it has soured because the interim government, led by Professor Muhammad Yunus, was hand in glove with the Islamists, and who had their own agenda. It was basically the agenda of the Islamists that was being imposed on the interim government. And so that created all the problems, because mob violence, attacks on minorities and Hindus, and then, wholesale killings, then, catching anybody who was close to the Awami League or who held secular and liberal views, and sort of dumping them in prison without any bail. These are the kind of things being done, and it was entirely motivated by revenge that was being taken by the Jamaat-e-Islami, because they had suffered, or they thought they had suffered under the Awami League and the liberal secular dispensation that she represented. So that is the story, really. And but they won't be able to carry on with this revenge politics after a new government comes into power. Hopefully, I hope that will not happen, because the new government will lay down new rules, obviously, for security forces and the army and the others who are in charge of maintaining law and order.
Pinagarajan Chakravarti, I have to ask you at this stage, today as we bid farewell to Khaleda Zia, how do you think should be remembered by the people of Bangladesh today, who are going through what they're going through as we speak?
Khaleda Zia will definitely be remembered as one of their important leaders in their whatever 54-year history, because she was the wife of General Ziaur Rahman, who was a dictator in the beginning. Then he, of course, converted himself to a Democrat and initiated democratic processes, had businesses. She carried on that legacy, although she was simply a housewife when he was there. But she took over the mantle. It was a difficult job, and she was able to quietly handle it with obviously advisors and others. And so I think she will be remembered for providing stability, providing a liberal atmosphere for business. That is on the domestic front. But there are other issues that she probably failed to address. But like every politician, not all is 100% positive. There were some negative factors as well.
Pinakin Chakravarti, we're having this conversation at a time when when the situation in Bangladesh is filled with turmoil. It is worsening with every passing day. Even for the state funeral, Muhammad Yunus, the chief advisor to the interim government, has appealed for calm. There's a 3-day state mourning that has been announced, and we're hoping that things do remain calm. But for now, we will let go of you. Thank you, Pinakin Chakravarti, former High Commissioner of India to Bangladesh, for joining us.
Thank you.